Okay, so this is a mock-up of what I'm trying to implement. You have this dialog menu here with the character talking up here, and you have options that you can select. And based on what option you select, it will jump to whatever the next dialogue is supposed to be. So, uh, in order to implement something like this, I was trying to nail down how exactly to organize the data for all of this and what data I would need. So I kind of settled on these right here. These screens are called blocks, and each block has an ID. I'll explain that in a second. Group conditions, conditions, actions, the text that's displayed, and the options that are displayed. So the group conditions, these blocks are organized into groups, and the groups are basically a way of grouping the branches together, and the group conditions are like set in the first element. So the way this works is like, okay, so the character has this giant array, and inside each array are these groups, and it will actually travel down through the array and check each individual group condition, or check to make sure that the group conditions are valid. If not, it will fall through to the next one and check that one until it finds one that's valid, and then it will start going through the group and figure out which block to display based on the conditions and display that one. And once it's displayed, it will run whatever action that it needs to once it's actually being displayed. So the conditions and actions look like this, where it's just an array of lambda functions, and they're just anonymous functions that the dialog manager will just run whenever it needs to. And conditions will return true or false, so it knows if it passed. And in the conditions, you can basically run whatever script you want in GD script. So you can check whatever flags or mission state or whatever you need to do. And actions just do things and don't return anything. So the options are an array of dictionaries that hold more data, and these also have conditions and actions that work just like these up here. They have text display, and they also have the this jump ID, and these IDs tell the dialog manager where to jump, basically. And you can also have things like, it can be empty, which means it will just basically move on to like the next block in line. Or you can have something like end here to end dialogue immediately. So basically how it's set up is you would put like the very first thing that the player should see at the very bottom, like the NPC for the first time. You want to put it down here, and you would want to like stack the mission dialogue on top of it. Like, you've just seen the NPC for the first time, you've seen the NPC and he's told you about something, and you've accepted the mission here and you've completed the mission here. And that way, when it goes down, it will check the group conditions, and it will just skip over the ones that haven't been completed yet and get to the most recent, most relevant one. And the jump, the conditions and the jump inside the block are so that you can jump around inside of the block, so you can kind of have more control and display lots of different things inside. So that's basically what I've been cooking up so far